Hello, hello, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's do this. How is everyone? Oh my goodness, so exciting, so amazing to be with all of you. Oh, sorry, I get super excited. It's like reunion time every time we come on here. So I love it, love it, love it. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Listen, oh my gosh, MLA is like boom right there. Let's go ahead and let's invite some people. How's that sound? Does that sound okay? Hello, welcome. Boom, boom, pow. Emily, look at her. What's up, Samantha J? Good to see you. Emily and Samantha J. That's what I love. Is like, Spirit's just like, hey, let's go ahead and let's get some rhyme in there. Hi, Tracy. Good to see you too. Look at you all hopping on. Good evening, Gina. I just invited you. Aw, thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. Your hair is cute too. I like your profile picture. I love that. Emily, Jen O'Connor, Juliet. What's up, Juliet? Good to see you. Lisa, and the cult jam. Peggy Pegs. No, this is great. I'm super excited for this. We're going to be talking more about Reiki, and I got this hit before I came on. Let's send the Reiki. So I would love right off the bat, Lisa, you crack me up. Hi, Frau, good to see you. Right off the bat, with this, let's go ahead and share. Do you need Reiki? Who needs Reiki? That's the first thing. Who needs Reiki? Raise your hand if you're sure. I'm in my own head somewhere. Anyway, go. Welcome to my world. Yes, says Lisa. That's exact. You must have been reading my mind because I was thinking that. I was like, just write yes, or go ahead and throw some hands up. Let us know if you need some Reiki. So you must have been reading my mind. So Juliet and Teresa and Gina. Beautiful. And feel free if you have like any special requests of any sort. Thank you for the hearts. Oh, I'm sorry, Peggy Pegs. Perfect. Okay, sending out. April's here. I always love getting some Reiki and giving it too. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's like trick-or-treating. No, kind of, I don't know. So we're going to have Emily, we're going to have Tracy, and then we're going to have April be able to share a little bit more about Reiki, their journey, how they use Reiki, and also to send the Reiki. So feel free to go ahead and share, what you're needing Reiki for if you'd like to. Also, I think there are some other Reiki people here. So feel free to just to share if you are Reiki. So without further ado, Emily, do you want to try to come on here? Or let me see if I can add you. How would I add you? Sometimes that seems to be the easiest. Emily, I'm going to send you an invite. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. It's like reunion time. From hip onto foot along with my sciatica area. Okay, cool. I felt that. Yeah, so we're just getting Emily on here. Hi, Emily.
Hi. It
So good to
worked.
see you. Let me turn you up. Let me turn it up. Turn it up. Good to see you. How
You
are you
too.
this evening?
Good. How are you?
Good. I have to say, so I was just thinking about the online retreat, and we were talking about just like being ourselves. And I'm going to introduce you in just a second, but I want to have a conversation with you first. So I just remember that, and then also you sharing more about like, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing. Like Thanksgiving, I'm going to hang out in jammies. So
Yes.
I was thinking about you this morning because I'm in my jammies, and I didn't realize this, but my son's friend came over to walk with him to school. They're both 15. So my husband, he's leaving, and he's like, Caden's here. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, okay. And he's like, so you might want to get your clothes on. I was like, this is what Emily's talking about, where it's just like, you're just chill. You're just like hanging out in
Yes.
your jams. Anyway, I was thinking about you this morning. I was like, yes, I want to just hang out with my jammies. I don't care if Caden's here. But
All day
anyway,
every
so
day.
so I got dressed. So that's a good thing. But it's good to see you. I know a lot of people already know you. So there's 15 of us on here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to share the video too if you're feeling called to do that, just because we really want to send the Reiki vibes. So let me go ahead and introduce Emily. This is Emily. And
Nice.
so Emily Cameroon and Ballesteri, is that how you say?
Balustrary. It's
Ballesteri.
it's
Okay.
Cameroon Balustrary. It's a mouthful.
It's a
So
mouthful. Yes. Well, it's so wonderful to have you. And you're a Reiki master.
hmm
And it's been absolutely incredible to be able to see you stepping into this and you really being able to gift this to others. And I almost feel too, what I'm hearing as well from Spirit, they're just showing me like it's your light and people get to receive your light every time
hmm
they're with you. So I love
Yeah.
that so much. So thank you for being here. I feel like several people know you already. They're like, it's
Yeah.
Emily. So I'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
If maybe we can start you if you want to share any more about yourself and then what drew you to Reiki. I'd
Sure.
love to hear more about that.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm Emily in the flesh. So um
Hearts, hearts, hearts. Okay,
yes,
go ahead.
love it. It's one of my favorite nicknames I've ever gotten. I'm like, oh, it's so exciting. So yeah, I'm Emily. I do Reiki, I read tarot. I don't know, I do all kinds of things. I'm an artist. I also, at my day job, work more like in the science and medical field. So I kind of like all kinds of different things. I like seeing how they all connect and whatnot. But in terms of Reiki, I actually was drawn to Reiki because when I started learning how to read tarot, my hands would get really hot and I would just feel I'm like, oh, I kind of wonder if Reiki would be good for me, because I'm not sure why my hands get hot, but there's some kind of energetic thing going on, and I just kept feeling pulled to it. Like when you would post stuff about Reiki, I'm like, maybe I should try that. And then I did, and I couldn't believe after the attunement, like I just felt it, and I was like, yes, this is for me. So yeah, so that's kind of how I got turned on to it, I guess. So
I love it. And are you able to read the comments? Because people are talking about you.
oh,
We're
are
Reiki
they?
and stuff. Yeah. Like
I'm not.
Terry says that you're an amazing tarot reader.
Oh, thank you, Tara. You're so sweet.
Are you
Oh.
able to see the comments?
I can kind of see them. I'm also not wearing my glasses, so like I'm a little
Got
blind,
you.
but yeah, they're
Got
popping
you.
up a little, so I'll try to pay attention to them.
That's fine. I was just going to read them
Mhm.
if you're not able to, and that's completely fine. I just feel like with you, I want you to see you, Emily.
Oh,
And you are an amazing tarot reader, and I love that you're
yeah.
sharing this too about your hands getting hot during tarot and
hmm
just being able to really see and to witness like the healing was coming out of you.
Right.
And I love hearing this too about the attunement. Like, what did you notice with the attunement?
It was just really like profound. Like when I first took the Reiki one with you, I think I did the online option, and I could like kind of feel it, before the attunement, but I was kind of like thinking like, oh, is this just kind of mind over matter kind of thing? And I just wasn't expecting to actually feel something. So when we did the attunement, I couldn't believe like I just I just felt completely different. Like the way I held myself, like my hands felt different. They would tingle. And when I would do tarot or I would meditate, I would just start feeling like from here up all of these sensations, which I thought was like so interesting. And then when I became attuned to Reiki 2, I actually started feeling it in my feet. And so it was just like became this whole body thing where I was like, I've never felt this before, and it just like being able to just tap into something and to feel it physically and mentally and spiritually. But yeah, it was just life changing. I'm like, I can get grounded now. I can like be calm like on my own. When has that ever happened?
Good.
Right.
Good.
hmm
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I feel too, just witnessing your journey, even as you're sharing this right now, just witnessing your journey. And I feel like there's
hmm
several on here that know you
hmm
and being able to witness your journey, just in you stepping
hmm
in. I love to witness you stepping in. And also as you're sharing about the attunement, just really noticing too, just how you shifted. Like,
hmm
with the first attunement, it's your upper chakras, and
right.
then second, all the way through. So I love
hmm
being able to hear that. And
hmm
did you notice a difference of even just your own well-being or anything along those
hmm
lines?
Yeah, I definitely I feel like what was most significant for me was I was, for the first time, I feel like able to actually understand what being mindful and present was, because Reiki is so based around that, like there's that whole mantra, just for today, because for years I've struggled with depression and anxiety, and I've gone to counseling, and counseling's been immensely helpful. But there was an aspect when they talk about being mindful and being present to kind of get you out of that, fight or flight response, that I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't feel it. I don't understand what it means to be mindful and what it means to be present. And when I became attuned to Reiki, I'm like, I get it now. I feel it. I feel like I have so much more control over my mental health than I thought I did. So that was just like, yes, amazing.
I'm so glad for you. I'm kind of tearing up, and I feel like just as I know you, and I'm just like, like I'm so glad for that, because I feel like it almost feels like a missing piece, like it was
Yes.
something,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, missing piece, and then also like, and it is you, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
almost like, got it. They're showing me almost like meeting you, like you meeting you and you
Yes.
meeting your own healing,
Mm-hmm.
which is so beautiful. And I love that you share that. And some people in the comments, like Elisa, saying how incredible. Never realized how amazing studying Reiki would be so phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Tara
Mm-hmm.
says that's amazing, because I just feel like, for me as well, like it's been so life changing, like to be
Mm-hmm.
able to be, just like you said, mindful or present or be
Right.
here now.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. And with the attunement, the spiritual, emotional, physical bodies come together,
Mm-hmm.
everything comes together, and then you're attuned, to your higher
Mm-hmm.
self. So with that, it just feels like that's something that you're speaking into as well.
Right.
And I'm curious, like, did you notice intuition shifting at all, or what was going on there? Did
Definitely.
you notice that?
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely could feel like it was interesting. Like I could start to kind of tell, I'm like, oh, I have a lot of blockages like in my third eye. And and before I'm like, I'd be like, why am I not as intuitive as I want to be? I've been practicing, I've been doing all of these things, like I I feel like I'm like, why am I not like a full-blown psychic yet? And
Mm-hmm.
when I,
Yeah.
started doing Reiki and everything, and I actually felt like the alignment happening, it just slowly, like my third eye started to open up. I started to trust my intuition more. I started being able to kind of do deep personal dives and self-reflections and be like, okay, this is actually blocking me energetically in my life and I need to deal with it. There was just a lot of like self-awareness and just a lot of like, just being like, hey, like I kind of get me now. And because of that, like my intuition just started opening up a lot more and I was able to trust it. So I would say there were some major shifts with that. It was very much like the door opened for me. And I felt like now I'm like, yeah, I want to do more. Like, let's do more. This is amazing. So,
Beautiful. Well, so beautiful. And I feel like too, like, again, I just have to speak into this because I know you, but witnessing that, I
mm-hmm,
loved seeing that, like, and I
mm-hmm,
feel like too, it was so beautiful to see you trusting yourself more,
mm-hmm,
and moving
yeah,
into that, like, this is my intuition. This is what's happening to
mm-hmm.
me. I'm seriously crying. I'm
Oh,
just tearing up. I am. Because I'm just
no.
like, Emily, I've seen you,
I
and
know.
so I love this because I just
Mm-hmm,
feel like you stepped in.
mm-hmm.
I have to say I'm proud of you for stepping in. Like
Thank
you stepped
you.
in, lady.
Yeah. Well, you helped, man. You helped a lot. So,
Oh, well, yeah, my honor, my privilege, yeah.
mm-hmm,
So it's so beautiful to witness this. And Tara, I'll just read out the comments. Tara
mm-hmm.
says, Emily, the same thing happened to me when I did my Reiki training, understanding what it means to be present. So
Yes.
good,
It's
right?
so big.
Yeah. So, and I'm curious too, we have 20 people on here. So
Mm-hmm,
I'd love to hear, or we'd all love to hear
mm-hmm,
how, I would say maybe how you're incorporating Reiki,
mm-hmm.
or yeah, how you're incorporating Reiki. Let's go there.
Sure. So, I obviously do traditional Reiki for clients if that's what they'd like, whether it be humans or animals. But I also use a lot of other modalities of energetic healing. And so sometimes, like, if I do a tarot reading for someone and I'm like, I feel you're really blocked, are you comfortable with me doing some Reiki or some clearing with you? And this is kind of what that looks like. And maybe we can, help you with that aspect, because tarot is indicating that maybe this specific part of your life is blocking you or you're struggling with it. Um, and I do a lot of stuff with like past life work. And so that's been kind of cool to like look back at like my own past lives when I was in, a healer of sorts, and I probably wasn't doing Reiki back then. So it's kind of interesting to pull some of that and kind of combine it with Reiki and really like reawaken some of that stuff. But also for other people that I do past life clearings and readings for too, that Reiki is really helpful to like do those deep clearings and to cut energetic cords for people. So I feel like Reiki just really opened this big door for me where things just clicked, and I'm like, man, energetic healing is just really where it's at,
Yes,
So,
yes.
mhm,
Beautiful, beautiful. And I love witnessing too, like you're putting tarot with the past
mhm,
life work that you do
mhm,
with Reiki. I mean, it sounds
mhm.
like they're kind of threaded together.
Yes.
Am I catching
Hmm.
that? Yeah, very, very cool.
Hmm.
Very, very cool. Well, then I'm curious if it feels okay to you,
Yep.
like if we look at some of these comments,
Oh, yeah.
what's coming to you, or even just sending that energy. So several people, Lisa, Peggy, just going through the comments, Jennifer, Gina. So I'm going to just go ahead and share. Like Lisa just says, healing left leg from hip onto foot, along with my sciatic area of back. So if
Hmm.
there's anything you're bringing forward with that, we can definitely send out the healing. Jennifer, this cold weather is killing my
Hmm.
body. Well, plus I just feel sick to my stomach. So that.
Hmm.
So kind of some of more of the specific stuff, like we can definitely send out Reiki to,
Yeah.
all. I'm just curious if anything's coming to you for those two seem to be a little bit more specific. Just anything coming to you, and man, let's do it together, huh?
Yeah, I would say we can do it together. I'm going to warm up my hands because I feel like it's this cold weather that's like aggravating everybody's bodies. I
Yes.
was just thinking today too, I'm like, oh, my hip hurts because it's cold.
Oh, got
We
you. Yeah, that
warm up
makes
my
sense.
hands first, but yeah, I'd love to send out some Reiki. So,
And I don't know if other people, I felt that. I don't know if anybody else felt that. Like as soon as Emily rubbed her hands together and brought
mhm,
Reiki in, like I felt it. And even got you. What I hear too is it went right to my bones. And I'll just throw
mhm,
this out there too, Emily. Like I can feel your Reiki. I hope other people are feeling this too. And I feel like it's almost like it's going right to, for me anyway, like my back. And I didn't really realize there was something going on there, but
mhm,
it makes sense that there is. Like somehow the Reiki
mhm.
was like, oh, I'm going to find it for you. So I love that. Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome. I know. I was like, let's send like some heat over, and I'm like, as I can actually like feel like everybody's energy in here. Like my hands are like vibrating really hard, like Reiki beam.
Mhm. I love that. That feels so good.
Mhm.
Reiki beam. Yeah, I love it. I can feel it. I hope others are
Good.
feeling it too. I can
Mhm,
feel it. And so Lisa with her leg, or Jennifer
mhm,
with the cold, and then she's, wasn't feeling so well with her belly. And then
mhm,
Diana just had her right shoulder
mhm,
pain. And just, if anything's coming to you, or what you do for people who are kind of struggling with this stuff. I'm
with
just
that
curious
kind of
what's
stuff.
coming up for you.
Yeah. So, usually when I really tap in for somebody specifically, I'll kind of close my eyes and look at, and I feel kind of weird. I've got my eyes closed now, but like, I'll kind of look at their whole body up and down and just kind of see, like, I'll see flashes of light where, maybe there are things going on in their body. And so in this case, like my hands are cold even while I'm doing Reiki because I feel like I'm just sending heat. Like most of all, like I feel like those people in the comments specifically probably need some warmth in those areas. But I guess that's kind of, I guess typically when I tap in, I kind of sit with it for a minute and look. So,
Beautiful,
whew,
beautiful. And
yeah,
people are saying they feel it.
good.
Tamara, my body got very hot. My hands are hot and tingling. Peggy says, thank you, feeling some relief.
Oh,
So people are feeling it. And I
good.
love hearing your process, like,
Mm-hmm.
being able to see the body. This is where it feels like they need it. Like, here's
Mm-hmm.
where the light is. Isn't Emily awesome?
Oh,
I'm
thank
just saying she's awesome.
you.
This feels really good. And
Mhm.
sorry, Lisa just says I feel something on my left hip. So she was feeling
Good,
that. My hands are hot and tingly too. So Lisa's
good.
Reiki, Tara's Reiki. So it's
Mhm.
it's neat too, and others can feel like other
Yeah,
Reiki
I
practitioners.
love
Like we're like,
that.
oh, whoa,
Like,
whoa.
oh, hey.
Right? Love that. And so Juliet just says, I'm curious about past life readings and clearing. So how do you thread that with Reiki? Because I think you had even said like cutting cords and that type of thing.
Hmm.
I'm curious if you want to share more or even if you
Yeah,
want to demonstrate wherever you're at with that.
sure. So when I do, I learned how to do past life work from Erin Stopley in her accelerated intuitive program. And so the way we kind of set it up is if somebody comes to me and they want to explore past life stuff, I usually talk to them about what they're looking for, and then I kind of do it on my own just because it can take like an hour or two to go through multiple lifetimes or to really get in there and see what's going on. But I actually really like to approach the person's past self
Mm.
and have a conversation with them and actually do Reiki on their past self in areas that need work or have those energetic cords. So sometimes if I had a lot of past lives where I starved to death, and in this lifetime I'm struggling with not starving to death but being on the other end of the spectrum of struggling with eating and things like that. And so I severed a lot of cords for myself in multiple lifetimes of the just like weird relationships with food, and looking at and visually seeing where those energetic cords are connecting from my past self to my current self. So severing those, using my spirit team to kind of box up those cords, get rid of them permanently, and then I like to go in and just cover both my current self and my past self in a healing bubble of light and just say, hey, we can't really rewrite history, but in a way we can. So, let's now take the good lessons and move forward and let go of the hurt that's causing me pain in this current life. So I do a similar process for clients too, where we do those clearings. Like I use a pendulum, and usually I'll record it so they can listen to it later and kind of experience it firsthand and get information about what the past life was like, why it's affecting them,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. So mhm.
Beautiful. People are like all ears right now.
Really?
Marlene, yeah, it's so cool. Marlene's like, love that process.
Oh,
Juliet
thank
says, I love
you.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Katrina says, caring for our past lives. Yeah, absolutely. And others are like continuing to feel the Reiki energy. So I love that you're bringing
Good.
that forward.
I'm sending it.
I know, I love it. This is awesome. Thank you. Just thank
You're
you
so
for
welcome. Thank
sharing
you.
this. And too, and I almost just feel like I said people are like kind of all ears right now.
Hmm.
And it's interesting when you were sharing that because I felt like almost as if I know this might sound we're talking about energy and whatnot. It felt like you did it for all of us. Like you almost like you just did you did like, okay, we're gonna go into the past selves. Let's go ahead. Let's just do this real quick, kind of thing. Yeah, that's what it felt like. I was like, is she doing it right now? So that was great.
Hmm.
Well, thank you, Emily.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. I'm curious how people can get in touch with you if you have,
Yeah.
contact info or
Mhm.
website. Hmm.
Yep. So on Instagram and Facebook, I have a business page, Hands of Fire Healing. Anyone is totally welcome to message me on there. You can message me on my personal Facebook and we can connect that way. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Definitely
um,
connect. Can you see some of the comments?
kind of.
Kind of. Okay. I can definitely help you out. Allie wasn't feeling this good this last week, so she
Oh,
couldn't feel that. And then Deb Henke says, very interesting information. And Allie says, it's so intriguing about connecting the past lives with it and setting
mhm.
healing to that lifetime. I never thought of
Yes,
that. That's awesome. That's
yes.
awesome.
I like doing that because sometimes you go back into something and it's really rough and it's really hard, and it's like I need to honor that past self that's hurting. It's kind of like when you talk about parts of like ourselves, like I kind of think about parts of like my past self that are still hurting. And so
that is good stuff, Emily. I got the chills on that. That's good stuff. That's awesome,
well, there
lady.
you
Well,
go.
thank you, my
Thank you.
dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so, yeah, definitely get in touch with Emily. And yeah, thanks. I so appreciate you being here with us. Now, how do you typically end a session? Do you have like a ritual? Do you want to close us up?
Yeah, usually what I like to do is just basically, you do the usual Reiki closing where you kind of go up their spine and you do the little head taps and do the protection. And then usually I like to just do a little prayer of just, I say to whoever I'm doing Reiki for, and then also myself, that I thank both of our spirit teams for being here and assisting, and the ascended masters and teachers for allowing the healing energy to pass through me to all of these wonderful people, and that I send them lots of wonderful love and blessings and healing. And then usually I just do a little disconnect. So yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Peace.
Otherwise I'll be hanging out in their energy all day accidentally. So
yes. No, I hear you on that.
yes.
Yeah, disconnect is so important. Thank you for that. I felt that.
Good.
I hope others felt that as well. And let's see, Marlene says, I'm going to try that. She's also Reiki. Allie says prayers. And then Gina just gives prayer hands and a heart. So thank you. Yay.
Well, thank you all. And thank you, Heather. This was really fun. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, wonderful to have you. Wonderful to have you. I'm going to try to put this on my YouTube, so definitely check it out there. So, girl, awesome, awesome. Yay. Okay. Tracy Marie says, beautiful. Yay. Well, thank you. Have a good night, and feel free to hang out in the Reiki energy.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome. Okay,
all
talk
right.
to you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay. So, let's see. She left. She left me. It's like, it's so funny because I'm like, well, where'd she go? I know she had to drop off. At the same time, I'm like, oh, Emily. Great to be with you, Emily. Thank you. I hope you can go back and read the comments. Look at all this. This is wonderful. Yes. So I believe our next is Tracy March. So we have Tracy March and then also April. And we're running just a little bit behind. So I appreciate your flexibility with all of this. But yeah, Tracy March. And if there's other Reiki out there that you're like, hey, interview me, or, can I come on? Sure. We're going to Reikify this place. Raise the roof. Tracy, where are you? Serene, Serene, Serene. Oh, goodness. Okay, so next is Serene Sage. And I don't see you being like for me to invite you. So I'm wondering if you can either send me an invite, or if you're on your computer, because sometimes with the computer it doesn't help us or it doesn't give us the option. Let's see, Tracy March, right? Is that right? Oh yeah, there you are, sweetie. I see you. I see you. I see you. There we are. Okay. All good. Okay. We got you. We got you. Thank you, Tracy. She's like, hello. I'm right here. Good to see you. Okay, here she comes. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Get ready for some Reiki. Get ready for some Reiki. This girl, she's well, it's pretty awesome. I'll let her tell you her story because it's pretty awesome. So Tracy March, yay, yay, yay. Thanks for the hearts. So yeah, and feel free, those of you hopping on, we're just talking about Reiki. If you do have some Reiki needs, please let us know. If you are Reiki, I mean, feel free to drop that in too. I know Tara said about her Reiki, Allie is Reiki, Tara is Reiki. Who else here? So Tracy March, did you get the invite? Oh, it just disappeared. I'll try one more time, and if it doesn't work, let's have you ask to be invited from me. And Jennifer O'Connor, I'm just going through the comments. Thank you. You're the best. There she is. Hi, good to see you. Hello. Hi, Tracy March. Oh, yay. Y'all, this is Tracy March. This is
Um,
Tracy. So also known as Serene Sage, right? So
yes, yeah.
yeah, if people are
So
wanting to get in touch with you there. So good to see you. I was about to kind of share about your background, and I was like, oh no, I should let her share about her background. So this is Tracy March, and incredible with Reiki. And I just remember at the beginning of 2023. I mean, you were just like, you were all in. You were, I'm gonna do this, and took all the Reiki classes, took mediumship. You were just like, I'm
yeah,
in. And so I love that. I would love for you to share like your background. I was going to share about how you've already been Reiki. So feel free, tell us
yeah.
more just about
So
your healing. I'd love to hear.
I started my Reiki journey back in 2009.
Mm,
Um, I did Reiki 1 and 2, and then in 2010, I did Reiki Master Teacher.
okay.
Um, and then I took quite a few years off. I still practiced on myself, and I taught, some family and friends. But I took some time off for my clients and practice to take care of my mom.
Mm,
So
mm,
my mom passed last year, and I wanted to renew my attunements so that I could strengthen my connection to Reiki again. So,
mhm.
yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. Isn't that, I just feel like for those listening, there's tons of hearts. I hope you can see those. Emily says hi. Emily says, whoop, love Tracy. I'm like, second that, third that, fourth that. Tara says hi. And I hope people can feel that. Like, I hope people can feel like Tracy's dedication. I mean, 2009, 2010, Reiki Master Teacher, and then wanting to go and get reattuned. Like I just feel like that's dedication is, what's coming through. And I just get a sense too, like that's dedication to the healing path. That's dedication to those who are around you. Thank you. They're showing me too, like just the light that you share. So you walk into a room and people are feeling that. So I feel too, with Reiki, once it's in you, it's in you. So I just get a sense people can feel it, or people are aware of it, or people are drawn to you. And so Lisa sends a heart. Emily says, that's amazing. I agree. I agree. I agree. And with that, what have you noticed? Like what has shifted for you or changed for you, like intuitively or health wise or any of that stuff as you went through Reiki? I'm just curious what you noticed for you.
So that is why I started my Reiki journey back in 2009, because I have lupus and RA, and I wanted to find some relief from that. So, um, but over the years, I mean, my pain and everything else waxes and wanes. I've noticed that a lot of um, emotional has I've worked through with the Reiki and everything. The pain and everything else is a constant. You have to continually do the Reiki for that. But
Mhm.
yeah, so it's intuitively, I've noticed that I've opened way up again,
Okay.
where I had closed off long ago. So
Mhm.
that's
Beautiful.
definitely,
I
yeah,
I didn't realize that about RA and lupus, and
yeah.
thank you for bringing that forward. And I'm just going to say, anybody out in the audience, let's send Tracy some Reiki. And
Thank you.
with that, what I hear is that you were searching for your own healing,
Mhm.
and it seems like Reiki was able to give you a relief. Does that feel like accurate?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I was, working on clients and everything regularly, um, I was, you're healing yourself as you help others heal. So
Mm-hmm.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very beneficial that way. So,
I appreciate you saying that, because when I first started doing Reiki on people and then I was getting the kickback, I was like, oh, this is cool. Let me do this
yeah.
again. And you just kind of you're doing the healing and it just gets kicked right back to
Yeah.
you. And not that
Yeah.
we're doing it for that reason. And at the same time, it's almost like, oh, that's a benefit,
Yeah.
that we're able to really experience. I'm just going to read the comments because I love what's coming through for you, Tracy. I don't know if you're able to see, but Emily just says, that's amazing. Elise says, thank you for sharing your health concerns concerns, I also have these issues. So yeah, I feel too that with that, it's almost like we're almost a role model. Like, hey, this is what I've been going through. This is what's helped me,
Hmm.
with
Yeah.
that. So appreciate that. Marlene's just like high 10, lots of Reiki coming your way. Um, Tabor, thank you, my dear. She's talking about my hair. um, I love that. Love the kickback. Yeah. And then Marlene just says it's like a shared healing,
Yeah.
like, just being able to put it out and then receive it. So I'm curious, what do your Reiki sessions look like? Or maybe they're all different. I'm just curious, how does Reiki come to you? How does it flow out of you? Like, what can you describe it for everybody?
Um, my sessions vary. I do healing and clearing in almost all of my sessions, and it's really based what the client needs, what their needs are.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and start with, I actually start with the Reiki principles, and I usually recite them in Japanese, and then I go through, calling in everybody's guides and teachers and masters and um, spirit team and everything else, and call everybody in to assist. I call in the angels. I work a lot with angels also. And then I go through, a clearing, and then I do a healing, um, and then, I closing up. I thank everybody for coming in, for any insights that I've gotten, and then that's it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
I hope people can feel that. Like as soon as you started talking and going through your process, I felt your Reiki. Like I was like, oh, and it may be something too. Maybe you didn't turn it on, but at the same time, I was like, I can feel that. And I love that you start with the principles. Would you
Hmm.
be open to saying them in Japanese? I've never
Yeah.
heard them in Japanese.
So it's Keo Daki wa Okorna Shinpai Suna Kansha shite Gyo Hageme Shoni Shin Setsuni. And
Oh, beautiful. Go ahead.
and that's it.
Oh, okay.
That's
They
all
said
of it.
and I'm like, keep
Yep.
going. Because that was beautiful. I almost want a recording of that. That's so beautiful. And I love that, thank you. What they're showing me too is opening it up, in the native language. I hear something like the masters are very thankful, happy, almost obliged, and I get grateful for that. So I love that because yeah, Diana, right? Diana says, wow, I love that. We kind of went in sync there. And I just feel like that's so honoring. Like that is so honoring
Yeah.
of the masters, you know? So that's awesome. I really honestly, Tracy, I'm not joking. I want a recording of that. I really do. I really do. That was beautiful. So let's see here. Okay, so Emily just says that I felt super calm when Tracy started talking about her process. Yeah, so other people are feeling this, Tracy. That's awesome. That's beautiful. Yeah, and it's a great tribute. Yep, I absolutely agree, says Marlene. So I'm curious from others, go ahead and share, maybe something that you feel that Tracy would be able to help you with, something along those lines. And Tracy, whenever you're ready, if you feel open to just sending Reiki out to everybody,
Okay.
yeah, I would love that. I love that. I'm right there with you. Let's send it together. So whatever you need to do, however you need to do
Mhm.
your oof. Anybody else feel that? Whoa, Tracy. She's powerful. So what's beautiful to me, and I hope other people can feel it, let us know. Can you feel it? Are you noticing it? Where are you noticing it? Okay, so Emily is reading my mind. She says, I feel it between my shoulders. Beautiful. And I felt it it came right into my heart. And I was like, wow. And I'll just share what I'm feeling and feel free others because I felt heart, high heart. And it's almost as if the Reiki, your presence just knew exactly where to go. And it feels very loving, very nurturing, and just almost like your energy wants to shift the system. and I just get that. And so I love that. So feel free, let us know what you're feeling from Tracy. I'm just going to read the comments. And then Tracy, feel free after I read the comments if you want to jump in. So Allie just says, healing with this cold, flu, or whatever I have going on. Thank you. Allie also says, I feel a calmness and in my heart chakra warmness. And perfect. Thanks, everybody. Elise says it's almost like a warm blanket embracing me. That's interesting, Elise, you say that because I felt that too. It was like this nurturance coming right in. Emily says it's amazing. I've had a lot of tension in my upper back today. Lisa says her feet are tingling. Got you. Which too, like Lisa had some, hip, leg, sciatica. So that would make sense that the healing's wanting to go there. Marlene says I feel tingling on my left side of my body, across my chest, exactly where I need it at most. Incredible. Cool. Well, I'd love for you, Tracy, if there's anything you want to bring forward or anything you're feeling. Just curious what comes to you as you're sending out the energy. It's beautiful.
I think I just have some calm coming through me. I know there's, the holiday season's upon us.
Mhm.
So I feel that's coming through.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. It's beautiful to be able to witness that too, because I mean, even just in like the higher stress, around this time, and just like you
Yeah.
said, like that calm coming through. Diana says, I feel a different energy in my torso, right? And then Peggy says, in my feet, tummy, neck, back, and my right arm. Yes, I feel the warmth. Cool, Peggy. Cool, cool. This is great because I know that there's some Reiki practitioners on here. I know Diana is Reiki master. So Marlene's Reiki master teacher, Lisa Reiki master, Allie Reiki master, Emily Reiki master. And what I love about this, and Peggy Pegs has been around for a while, I just believe you're not Reiki. And at the same time, she's feeling it as well. So I think that's really cool.
Mhm.
Um, that feels really good. So thank you, and feel free if you want to keep sending it. I'm fine with that. And I'm just curious if you have like feel free to keep sending if there's any insights or even if it's almost like any Reiki advice you have for people. Like, Teresa, I just saw you, sweetie. I was just reading the comments that I saw, so I see you, Teresa. Anything coming to you, Tracy?
I think the one thing is that even if you don't want to do it for clients, just do it for yourself. If you don't want to expand, just do Reiki 1 and 2, or just do even Reiki 1, for yourself. Um, you don't need to practice on clients, family, friends, or you don't need to put yourself out there that way. But if you want to, that's great too.
Mhm.
But just do it for yourself, for the, you know, like Emily said earlier, it brings calm, and you can get centered more easily.
Yes, yes,
So,
beautiful. I'm glad you're bringing that forward too. I just did Reiki too. I just taught that Saturday, and there was a woman that said, I got into Reiki for myself. And with that, I mean, she is a
yeah,
healer, and at the same time, she said, I knew I needed to heal.
yeah,
So I think that's beautiful, and that you share that. And being able to just really witness like us being able to have that sense of peace or
mhm,
calm or, just like you're reiterating what Emily said, like presence and mindfulness, just really witnessing that. And I feel too, sometimes people will come to like Reiki 1 and they may say like, well, I haven't practiced on anybody. And so they're wondering, should I come to Reiki 2? And at the same time, it's almost just like, yes, do this for yourself.
mhm,
And then also just witnessing that sometimes people like going through and then they like practicing on people. It's almost like they're
right,
wanting to go through all of them in order to then, do what they need to do. So I
right,
appreciate you saying that and got you because go ahead. They're showing me too that with that, then if you're doing it for yourself, then other people benefit just by being with you.
right.
So
Yep,
just in just witnessing that. So I'm glad you brought that forward.
yeah.
I'm just gonna catch up on the comments real quick. Emily, yes, I'm basking in this amazing energy. Keep it coming. Peggy says, yes, it feels so good. Tara says, feeling warm and quiet. Amazing energy you are sending. I love that. Emily says, it's so healing for self. Yep. And then
Yeah.
Tara says, so calming. I love that. So with that, do you want to share too, with your process, um, how similar to what I asked Emily, like how do you wrap it up? Like, do you have a certain way that you're able to help them to kind of wrap up? Um,
I just thanking all the, the guides and teachers and masters, mine, the clients, or if I do some group healings every once in a while. Um, yeah, and I just, thank everybody for joining us, and any insights that I've gotten. I'm thankful for those, and that's
Beautiful.
about it.
I
Yeah.
love that. Well, and it's interesting, Marlene saying there's angel energy with your Reiki. And
Yeah.
I know you spoke into that.
Mhm.
And so as you're like thanking all of them, I'd love for you to share more about the angel energy. I mean, is this something that you feel is downloaded? Have you always been connected to the angels? I'm just curious about that.
I was told a long time ago that I've had several angels around me, but when I started my spiritual journey last year, um, that's what I started with, was connecting with each individual. I have about 15 angels that I connect with, and
Oh,
they all either tap me or send chills in different parts of my body, that so I know who's coming through. If I don't visually, you know, see them in my third eye.
okay.
So
That's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
So that's why we're feeling this like,
yeah,
oh, 15 angels. But it was about 15 or so.
yeah,
I think that's great. Well, and
yeah,
Marlene says that's amazing. That's
yeah,
amazing. And so does Emily. Um, and I can feel it. I feel like that's that angelic energy that we're feeling as well coming through you,
yeah.
which is so beautiful. Marlene just sends a bunch of hearts too. So that's cool. Um, Elise asked, does Reiki on a particularly ill person drain you? Do you want to share?
No,
Good.
no,
Yeah.
because I have boundaries and protection that I put around myself. And if if Reiki is draining you, then you need to put up better boundaries, basically.
Mhm. Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Very, very good. Yeah. Yeah. And I was about to say the exact same thing. That's why I was like, that's why I
yeah,
said good. Because yeah,
yeah. It should energize you, really.
exactly.
So
Exactly
yeah.
right. Yeah. And I'm glad you're speaking into that too, like with the protection and with the boundaries and
Hmm.
whatnot. And it should feel good. Like you're gonna get that kickback because the good energy, the flowing energy is going.
Hmm.
And two, after each client, I know you do this as well, Tracy, but just
Yep.
that disconnect. Like it's
Yep.
just like I'm out of their energy type of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Yeah.
gonna carry it. Hmm.
Yeah. I always say that my energy doesn't connect to them, or I disconnect from them. I disconnect them from me, or I disconnect from the group if I'm working on a group. So
Beautiful. I
yeah.
love that. I love that. Like they disconnect from me, I disconnect from
Yeah.
them. That makes sense. I
Mm.
disconnect from the group disconnects from me.
Yeah.
And then I'm curious, like with group healing, because I think you do that on your page.
Hmm.
Can you tell us more about that?
So I do a clearing and healing. Um, right now it's like once a month. Um, and I just go through my normal clearing and healing session, or whatever I'm called to. And sometimes I pull oracle cards. Sometimes it's a group message, and every once in a while I do get some insights for individuals. So
Beautiful. I love
yeah,
that. I love that.
yeah.
So, Marlene was wondering, is there a certain protection technique you like to use?
I use a lot of them.
You're-
Yeah, I have several layers around me sometimes. So, but I use the angel protection. I use angel fire, and sometimes I use Reiki for protection. Surrounding myself with Reiki and everything. So
Beautiful,
yeah,
beautiful. I love this too because I feel like I'm getting different ideas and I'm wondering if others are as well. Because I know Marlene's like Reiki master teacher and she's like, so, tell us more here,
yeah,
Tracy, and so I love that. I just feel like we can all learn, you know.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tracy. That felt
You're
so good.
welcome.
It was wonderful to be with you. Can you share how people can
Yeah.
get in touch with you?
Well, you can direct message me or on Facebook. I'm on Instagram also. So I used to be Serene Sage on Facebook, but my Facebook got hacked. So I had to recreate, and I think it's still up there. So if anybody's contacting a Serene Sage on Facebook, it's not me anymore. Yeah.
Let
So
me see.
on Facebook, I'm under Tracy March, and I have my business page, which is Serene Sage Intuitive Healing, on Facebook, and then on Instagram, I'm either Serene Sage 9 or Serene Sage Intuitive Healing on Instagram.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Got you. So one of those as well.
yeah,
Beautiful. Well, thank you. And
yeah,
people, please get in touch with Tracy. I definitely benefited, and I feel like throughout the comments we saw that others were benefiting as well. So
yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank,
you. Thank you.
thank you for having me on.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah.
get in touch with Tracy with that angelic, amazing Reiki energy. So yeah. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Carmen. Cool.
All right.
Awesome. Lots of thanks. Awesome. You take care. Talk to you
You
later.
too.
Bye,
Thank you. Bye.
Tracy. Let's see. Okay. There she goes. It's a, so next we have April. April has been doing what's really neat with April, and I'll let her tell you her story a little bit more, is that she does animal Reiki. So I'm excited to bring her on. Oh, Tracy, do you see all this? Thank you. That's great. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you. Amazing. Thank you so very much. Yes, feel so relaxed right now. Thank you for doing this. Amazing. Thank you. I hope you see all of that. Yay, 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 yay. So thank you so much, Tracy. And Miss April, I just sent you, all of a sudden I felt Elvis's energy. Elvis is one of April's guides. Did you hear me? I was like, and Elvis is coming in. He has not left the building. He's here.
No.
Yeah, yeah, this is awesome. So Emily's just said, love animal Reiki. Diana says, animals, yay. So I'm super excited to have you on. Thanks for being here, April. How are you? It's
Good,
been a
good.
while. It's been a while.
Yeah, been a while. I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks, a month, something like that we
Yeah,
last talked.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Time is an illusion, though,
it was yesterday. So yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I love it. Well, great to have you. I know you and I go way far back. I'd love to hear with this. Wait. Oh, Lisa says, "Hey, April. April actually led me to you, Heather, for Reiki training. I met April at my mom's house years ago because she groomed my mom's dog. That's so cool. April,
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea that was our connection.
Yeah,
Yay! Okay, very
yeah.
cool. Very cool. So everyone's saying hi. This is great. Everyone's like, hi, hi. What I'd love to hear. Do you want to share what drew you to Reiki? You know, what called you to Reiki?
It was back in 2017 when I was starting on my spiritual journey. And the very first mentor that I had, she kept saying, "You need to do something with your hands. You've got to do something with your hands." And I was like, okay, well then she mentioned Reiki, and it struck a chord. It's like, what is this? And I was just like, well, do you teach it? And she was like, no, I don't do that. I'm like, well, do you know anybody that teaches it? And again, she didn't know. So I got led to one person. 2019, I did 1 and 2 pretty quick. But when it got to mastery, that mentor and I had split. Not on good terms anymore. It wasn't going to work out. And I knew that you were teaching Reiki, and you were along the holy fire deal. And I just was like, that really drew me in too. I said, okay, so my guides are leading me to go on the holy fire path of things.
Mhm.
So, going through and doing that, I noticed a change on things. It was kind of things that I was taught in 1 and 2 with this other Reiki teacher. It wasn't, like you put the meat into it and everything. I wasn't getting the meat. It was like,
Okay.
spare, servings of it, which I've gone back since getting the teacher certificate. And if I have a question about anything, I mean, you'll answer, or I'll go look back into the books, or even sit down and say, you know, I'm curious about this, I'm curious about that, and everything. So I feel like my intuition has completely opened up more since being attuned into the line of the holy fire than when I had first started and everything. So
Beautiful.
I use Reiki not only for myself, but so that everybody knows, I'm a house call dog groomer. So I basically go to people's houses and groom the dogs there so that they're not in a kennel for hours and everything like that. But as I am grooming the dogs, I am sending Reiki through my equipment, and then it's going to the dogs. And I recently started doing a little bit of a series on the different chakras of the dogs. And there was one that I heard of and read about, and I just want everybody to know, especially with being Reiki master. Animals are the only ones that have this, and it's called the brachial chakra.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
And it is in between their shoulder blades. And in doing that, if you want to make a connection in with your animal, you go there. That's the human animal connection with your pet. Once that is opened up, that Reiki will be sent to whatever chakra needs that healing.
Beautiful. It's called the brachial. Is that what you said?
Brachial chakra.
That is so cool. Anybody else just like learn that for the first time? Because I did. I'm like, whoa, you heard like my silence. I was like, whoa, April. And this is great. Like others, Marlene's wondering if cats have that as well.
Yes, all animals have that. We as humans, we do not have a brachial or a brachial chakra. Mm-hmm. We don't have that. That is the animal human connection.
Gotcha. Can you tell us how to connect? Is it something like just merely putting your hand on it, or
something? Yeah, merely just putting your hand on, like I said, in between the shoulder blades on them and everything. Because even with animals who have, been abused, and they look at humans as being, I mean, they're like us, but they hold on to that trauma more, making that connection in with them and letting them know, you can trust me, you can trust me. That opens that, like I said, that opens up to the chakras.
Beautiful.
So it's going to go wherever it needs to go.
Beautiful. I love this. I just want to catch up on the comments because I feel like everyone's like mind blown. We're like, oh, cool. Lots of highs, first of all. Like, thank you. So Marlene says hello. Diane says hello. Peggy does. Diana says, maybe I need to infuse my dog's toenail trimming with Reiki. Maybe he would relax more. Do you think, April? Yeah.
There are chakras in the paws. Sometimes the paws can be a little bit sensitive, but it's giving that reassurance to them that nothing's going to happen. If they've gotten quicked before with the toenail clippers, they remember that. It could be from 5 years ago. They're still going to remember that. But it's giving them that reassurance. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. I deal with it on a daily basis. And if the dog is pulling back or having any issues, I'm like, did they get quicked before? Oh yeah, I accidentally quicked them one time. I said, they remember that. So, I mean, I just work with them and tell them it's not, I'm not going to hurt you. We're going to, go through this process of things. And they don't yelp or anything like that. And they're like, what did you do? I said, I just reassured them. And that's what, I have conversations with the dogs, I mean, that's how I connect with them. Like we have a conversation. They have that, that's how they want to be talked to, is like humans, and I've gotten to know an animal communicator since moving to Knoxville. So, I mean, we'll trade stuff back and forth on things. And she recently saw me do something and she's like, now I see why you do what you do. Now I see why you ask the questions. It's because I want to know what's going to be comfortable for the dog. I'm not just going to go in and start grabbing a leg, doing and all that. I'm going to ask the owner, what do you notice makes them comfortable? Okay, well, then we're going to do it that way so that it's not a disruption
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on things. So, I mean, it was an elderly dog's toenails that were getting done. And the guy's like, he does fine on his side. That's fine. I said, okay, well, then we're going to lay him on his side. And he just had two other people that were giving him reassurance. Everything was fine. I'd never seen a dog so happy after he got off of that table and was walking around. I mean, it was like he was prancing.
Oh.
And so it was the owner of a metaphysical shop that I've gotten to be friends with here. And she's like, I've never seen him so happy. I've never seen him so happy. And I said, well, you know, I gave him a little Reiki on each of his paws and everything. But I said he was just happy to be out and not cooped up in the house and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, that's how I use the Reiki and, you know, with the animals. And that's what I feel like that's my calling.
Beautiful.
Is to do that.
It is. I mean, I hope other people can feel this too, because I mean, April, like she is in there, like she's with the animals, she knows the animals, she's communicating with the animals, you know, making sure that this is okay and this is comfortable. And I love this because Diana's like, wow, Gina says, that's amazing. Marlene says, that's so cool. And so Jackie's here. She just came in and Marlene also just says, this is so exciting. And so with that, then I'm curious with the animal Reiki, did it just naturally come? Like you were dog grooming, you got Reiki, and it was just like, oh, of course they're gonna send it to the animals.
It naturally came, but I, you know, sit down, meditate, and think about things. And it was after I took a little course or, you know, watched the Diana Cooper deal. And, you know, she was talking about how animals come in at a higher vibration and they're having to lower down to our vibration, which we're struggling to even get to 4 or 5D at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And they're already at that 5D or higher.
Yep.
So they're taking in a lot on their system. So my deal was, okay, well, they're doing all of this for us. What is somebody doing for them to help them stay in that higher vibration? Because they're having to bring themselves down. And that's what I tell people too. If they're anxious, I said, if you're an anxious person, your dog's going to be an anxious dog because they pick up on that and they're going to mimic whatever is going on. I said, so if you're frustrated, just talk to them and say, no, everything's fine. I'm just a little stressed out right now. And just let them know that you appreciate their presence in there, but please don't take this on. This is not what, this is for human to handle, not for you. Because my dog does it constantly all the time and everything. So it's like I tell him, this is my thing to deal with. This is mine. I appreciate it. But at the same time, giving him that reassurance, everything's fine. And giving, at times giving him Reiki when he gets a little out of sorts on things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And beautiful on that too. And I feel, we all do Reiki differently. I love that you're able to really get in there with the animals and help them with that. And you speak truth. Like, people say like animals just don't have ego, and that's because they're in that transcended state. Elise, this is great, very exciting, says Elise, and opens up a whole new reason I need to know more about this. I so appreciate you sharing your knowledge on this. Yeah, it's and it's interesting too, because I feel like that here's another avenue of Reiki that people can do. And I know different people that go to vet clinics and they will do Reiki on the animals there before they go into surgery or after they come out of surgery, just to calm them as they're coming in, even just to get weighed. Like I'll see different people like doing Reiki on their dog as they're getting weighed, So there's a lot. I mean, sky's the limit with being able to share this with them,
Right.
I appreciate that. And I feel like other people who are on really appreciate that. And I can feel that. I'm wondering if other people can feel this too, like the dedication that April has to animals, and also just her intuitiveness. Like it feels like, okay, so it feels to me, it comes very intuitive, and you're just there with them. At the same time, it almost feels like almost like a no-brainer to you, like duh, like you're going to treat them how you would want to be treated, kind of
Right.
thing. And also with that, helping them, they're empaths as well. Of course they
Oh
are.
yeah,
Like, of
yeah.
course they're picking up on our stuff, Do you have any other like advice for people with animals or even just animal Reiki? Because I know there's other Reiki people on here.
I mean, it's basically if you notice that your dog is not acting like they normally do, then going through, the bioscan of like what you would do for Reiki for people, and scanning and seeing if there's something, because dogs even have past lives
Mm-hmm.
too, so maybe there's something that's a situation in your house that's going on and it's bringing up a memory from a past life for them. I mean, I've noticed with my dog, if I get a little angry or upset or something, he gets he gets upset with it. I've never hit him, never been abusive or anything, but he had a past life where he was abused. I mean, I've had him since he was 6 months old and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So he's had that past life, and it's being able to say this, gotta let go of that. That's not, we're not in that, deal, and send in Reiki, like I believe it was Emily had said she sends it to the past and everything. And that's, what I'll do with him. And that's also something that they do in shamanic Reiki, was sending it to the past. Letting that person from 10 years ago know, hey, look, everything is good. Look at where we're at now. Like you said, even with the parts deal. So that's the same thing with animals.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with animals on it. If somebody were to say dogs don't have a soul or animals don't have a soul, I'd have to argue with them and say, yeah, they do. They have
Yes, they do.
they do.
Yeah.
They have a soul. At times they do have an ego.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've learned that with the animal communicator, that at times they'll have an ego about themselves. Like, look at me, and they'll prance around. Look at me. I'm like, star of the show, or,
Mm-hmm.
I want all the attention on me. And it's been neat to work with her and, the energetic things that she does. Like, she does EFT
Oh.
on dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that would be something interesting to do, probably at some other point. But we do all this energetic work, but it's with animals because of everything that they do for us.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely, because of everything they do for us. I think about my sweet little pup, Daisy. I feel like she may have come into the Reiki, maybe, that when I was teaching you, and she's having a tough time. Like, she's going downhill. She's on, some pain medications, and she has a hard time getting up off the floor and that kind of thing. And I just think everything that she's done for me, like just emotionally helping me move across the country. I mean, she's just been there for me up, in every way possible. And I will do whatever I can for her. And those of you who are Reiki that are on right now, like, you'll see, like, Daisy will come in and she'll just plop down in the middle of everybody doing Reiki. She's like, yeah, my turn. So I love that you share that, because yeah, Marlene says she loves the Reiki. Just because I feel like they are so selfless. Like, they want to assist us and want to, what I'm hearing right now too, April, is I'm hearing that they want us to transcend as well,
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Right.
wonderful.
And that's what they're here to help us do, is to get to that 5D vibration
Yeah.
and everything. It's
Mhm.
just us as, human beings and souls working through those blockages and working to get to that point and
Mhm.
everything.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Elise just says, absolutely, they give so very much. What a blessing you give to your animals that you care for. Yeah, thank you, April. Thank you just for this rich conversation and the education. And I'm curious, like, can people get in touch with you? Like, do you do animal Reiki online? Or, I mean, just I'm curious how people can get in touch with you.
People can get in touch with me. I have a business page. It's called Serious Dog Star Grooming and Healing. It's on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram under the same name.
Cool.
It's Serious
Can
Dog Star Grooming.
can you spell serious just so people have that?
It's as Sirius XM Radio, SIRIUS.
Perfect.
Serious Dog Star.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, April. I just want to read Diana's comment. She said, I just love this. Thank you. And animals have such a special place in my heart. I feel they teach us so much love and compassion. And Marlene says, thank you so much. I'm intrigued. So you might have some people like following you and, finding out more. Thank you,
Yeah.
April. So this is coming to me. Joanne is put a bunch of dogs and hearts.
hmm
Would you ever teach like just animal Reiki or have a course out like that? I mean, is that something on your docket or thinking of any sort?
That's something on the docket because, in all honesty, my body is really starting to wear down from
Oh,
doing all the dog grooming.
sure.
I'm I mean, I do Reiki on myself. I'll ask other people to send Reiki to me, but this is with doing dog grooming, especially house call. It's a very taxing on the body. So that's a plan in the future
Cool.
to, keep the income coming in, is to be able to teach animal Reiki. Basically, just take it from what we do as humans and then, expand by educating myself more
Mhm.
on, okay, what's different from human versus, the animals
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Beautiful. And I feel like all the ladies like on here right now, just all the spiritual seekers and healers, check it out. Check out April's Instagram, check out Facebook, and look for more to come because I just get a sense that with this, like people need this, and they need this for their animals. And I just feel like that's something that's really coming through. So I love that. Thank you, April. I so appreciate you coming on. And Joanne says, I feel like that's a good thing for you. And Holly's here. So Holly Hall's here. But thank you so much, April. I feel like we got so much education. And I feel too, like with that, this is what's coming to me right now, actually, April, is what I hear is that our animals got Reiki from you, like just because that's what you do. And it was
Mhm.
interesting, like bringing up Daisy, because I was like, I kind of feel April's like kind of, I mean, maybe not intentionally, but like maybe implicitly just sending it, I'm like, oh, okay. So thank
Yeah,
you.
because as soon as you mentioned something about the hips, that's my mind immediately went, okay, she's got something ailment going on. Let me just send a little bit of Reiki, you
Yeah,
know, to
thank
that.
you. I so appreciate it. Well, Peggy says thank you. Gina says I will be following you. We are following you. Thank you again, April. Really appreciate you being here. And Lisa says thank you as well.
Uh, I,
So,
I
oh,
thank you for inviting me on to
yeah.
be able to talk about it.
Yeah, so good to have you. So yeah, thank you so much, April. And I just want to kind of give a plug that Reiki classes, they're getting on the 2024 calendar. Reiki 1 or Reiki 2 is going to be beginning of January, Reiki Masters in February, also then Reiki 1, and then they're all self-paced as well. So if you're wanting to get on with Reiki, feel free to check out my website, heathercorbettspiritualadvisor.com. Would you recommend the Reiki Holy Fire? I'm just
Oh yeah,
your blog. Okay.
definitely, definitely, definitely. I
That's
go
awesome.
look. It's something I go back to a lot of times, and also the other book that you gave, Reiki, torch in the daylight
Perfect.
deal. So I
Mhm.
mean, I've got the white light symbol all in my house and stuff like that too. So
That's
it's Reiki'd up around here.
that's awesome. That's awesome. That's how we're feeling it. I love that. Awesome. Well, thank you again, April. So we're gonna both sign off together. Good to be with
Okay.
everybody, and thank you. So, all right. Bye, everybody. Talk to you later. Take care.